Kia ora, bringing week 3 to you today. So I have had a few different bits and pieces that I'm documenting. Morning walks, we have got some apricot picking and processing, just a photo of our cats, a new restaurant that we visited during the week. So here I am. I've changed my pocket pages and I'll link the one that I've used down below, but I'm also bringing in a 6x12 pocket page as well, because I knew that I had a few more portrait positioned photos for this week than normal. Now I could have shrunk these down and put them into the other one, but I just felt they were a big part of the week, the apricots that I'm talking about here, and I did want them all in their beauty. It was just lovely heading down there to Bannockburn, visiting Anne and watching Jason pick the apricots. I did have to get the container off him and empty them into the other container that we had while he was up the ladder, but he did do most of the work, and then he did actually do most of the work of processing them afterwards as well. So I've pulled out a few of Picture My Life cards from a few different collections. So I think the main ones I'm going to use are the current Sweet as Honey collection, as well as some from Candid Moments. So I just loved the yellows of that journaling card that I popped up there, and I quite liked that pink. I did wonder about another yellow, but it felt like too much, and so I did go back to using the Candid Moments pink one in that spot after trialing a few different ideas as well. And I quite liked that orange to do with the apricots. It just felt too plain or too square edged or something. It just needed a softness to it. So I've gone with that pink one there from Candid Moments, and I grabbed out a few embellishments that I thought might work here, and I'm using the acrylic letters that Close to My Heart has got in their current annual catalogue, or it's just online, and now I don't have the numbers, so I'm just using a foam alpha. So I had spare of the foam alphas. I've used most of the vowels in those, but they are still available in the online store, and after using them here I did pop another in my cart for when I place my next order. So I'm using the liquid glass here, and I'm actually sticking these letters right on top of the page protector. So I've already stuck the photo in and underneath, and it had lots of not white space, but it was a green space that I was able to add the title. So Podium is a new restaurant in the 5 Mile shopping area. It's in one of the new hotels. It was a bit of a rabbit warren to go and find the restaurant, but it was quite a nice setting and some lovely food. So I'm just, I've got this really cool stamp set, and it's the first time I've used it. It's called Taking It All In, and it's sort of a foodie stamp set, and I'm pulling out all of the stamps that relate to food and heading out for meals and things like that, because it brings together both the apricots and the Podium restaurant visit. So it's got things like sight, sound, taste, scent, touch, music, hearing, smelling, taking it all in. My 5 senses makes me, and then happy. And then you've also got in ing separate, so you can add, make them an action type word, a present tense word. And on the other, there's actually 2 sheets of stamps in here. So there's some journaling lines, there's some circles, dragonflies, flowers, sort of a stamped tassel, which could be kind of cool, plus a few sort of border textury ones, sort of a whole lot of pluses, some dots, hearts, stripes. So it's actually quite a cool stamp set, and I think it'll be quite handy for this Picture My Life project over the year. But I'm just using a whole lot of these ones on the little pink Candid Moments stamp set. So yeah, and some archival black ink there. So the using stamps is another way that you can dress up your Picture My Life cards. Sometimes they could just be the title of the card. Sometimes you can actually stamp onto photos as well. I have found that using StazOn or the pigment inks better. Pigment does take quite a while to dry, so if you are wanting to go down that pathway, experiment a little bit first with the inks that you're using and give that a go, or like I did last week, just add the titles or things onto your photos before you go. So I have some of these leftover embellishments from a kit that I made up, and also from a collection a couple of years ago, and it reminds me of a new collection, the colours from that one actually coming up in March and April. As a maker, I've just had a bit of a preview into what's coming up with a launch with Close to My Heart, and I am really looking forward to March and April. The collections in there, they look absolutely gorgeous, and heaps of uses. So I'm going to do my journaling on this card up here. I won't show you that whole process, and I'll take some of that out and then just pop that pocket card back in. So poking that in there, and I added a couple of those puffy stickers to the top right corner of that, and it just felt like I need a little bit more, so I'm just actually going to add some of these puffy stickers on top of the page protectors. So you can use the outside of your page protectors as well as the inside pockets. Don't be afraid to add a little bit more to the tops. Just make sure you've got the right adhesive to hold these down and have them stuck on the page. I'll link the things I've used below. Thanks for watching week 3.